At 75, I finally understood what real happiness means, and it wasn't what I spent my life chasing. For most of my years, I believed happiness was hidden in achievements, money, and the approval of others. I worked hard, worried too much, and ran faster than my heart wanted me to. But somewhere along the way, I forgot the simple truth. Life was never meant to be a race. It was meant to be lived slowly, with grace. When I finally slowed down, something changed. I began waking up early, not to rush to work, but to simply breathe. A cup of warm water with lemon replaced my morning tea. I started walking just 15 minutes around the garden, and that gentle rhythm of my steps became my meditation. My body began to thank me. My energy returned, and for the first time in decades, I felt light. True happiness comes from peace, not pursuit. For most of our lives, we are taught that success equals joy, that if we work hard enough, earn enough, and prove enough, happiness will naturally follow. Yet, as the years pass, many discover that the constant chase leaves them tired, not fulfilled. At 75, this realization hits differently. You begin to understand that peace, not pressure, is what your heart was searching for all along. The noise of the world slowly fades, and what remains are the quiet truths that were always there: love, presence, health, and gratitude. The pursuit of happiness often makes us believe it is something external, a goal to reach, a possession to own, or a milestone to achieve. But happiness cannot be hunted down. It can only be allowed. When the constant need to do more, earn more, and be more finally quiets, the space left behind is where peace lives. That peace is the calm breath in the morning when you open your eyes. It's the warm feeling in your chest when you share a simple meal with someone you love. It's not found in the applause of others, but in the contentment of your own heart. Peaceful. Living begins when you stop comparing your journey with someone else's. You start realizing that every person's life unfolds at its own rhythm, and there's no race to win. The pressure to achieve fades when you begin to value being rather than doing. You stop asking, "What's next?" and start asking, "What matters?" This shift from chasing to cherishing transforms the way you see life. It allows you to enjoy a sunrise without needing to capture it, to listen to music without needing to post about it, and to sit in silence without feeling the need to fill it. The beauty of peace is that it doesn't depend on perfect circumstances. It thrives in acceptance. You may not have everything you once wanted, but you start to see that you already have everything you need. Health, family, a meal on your plate, and a heart that still beats. These become sources of joy rather than things you take for granted. This perspective creates a deep inner stillness, a sense that you are enough just as you are. True happiness also requires forgiveness, not just of others, but of yourself. The weight of regret can be heavy, but letting it go opens space for peace to grow. Every mistake, every failure, every lost chance becomes a teacher, not a punishment. You stop wishing you had lived differently and start appreciating that every experience, even the painful ones, shaped your wisdom. When peace becomes your goal instead of pursuit, life feels lighter. You no longer chase after moments. You live them. You no longer seek validation. You rest in self-acceptance. You no longer run from stillness. You welcome it. Happiness becomes less about what happens and more about how you choose to see it. The joy that once seemed distant becomes something you carry quietly within you every single day. Gentle habits bring lasting health. With age, many people begin to believe that slowing down means losing strength. But the truth is that the body thrives on movement, not intense or exhausting routines, but soft, consistent habits that keep it alive and flexible. The beauty of gentle exercise is that it doesn't demand perfection or speed. It simply asks for presence. A 15-minute walk in the morning, a few easy stretches before bed, or a moment of deep breathing during the day can awaken your energy in ways that heavy workouts never could. The goal isn't to push your limits, but to honor your body's rhythm, to move with kindness instead of force. As the years go by, the body speaks to us more clearly. The stiffness in the joints, the heaviness in the legs, or the fatigue that arrives too soon are not signs of weakness. They are reminders that our bodies crave attention. A gentle daily routine keeps the blood flowing, improves balance, and strengthens muscles without strain. Whether it's light yoga, slow dancing, or even gardening, every small act of movement is a gift you give to your future self. Movement heals, and even the simplest actions can restore vitality. When you move the body, you move the mind too, releasing tension and creating space for peace. But gentle habits go beyond exercise. What you eat, how you rest, and the thoughts you nurture all play a role in keeping your health alive. Light meals filled with fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and water instead of heavy fried foods bring clarity and comfort to both body and mind. When you eat with awareness, slowly, thankfully, and with balance, digestion improves, energy stays steady, and your mood lifts naturally. It's not about strict diets or giving up everything you enjoy. It's about listening to your body's quiet signals. It knows what it needs, and often it's simplicity. Food that feels alive, not processed or forced. Rest is another part of gentle living that is often overlooked. Many people try to fight fatigue, drinking more tea or coffee, pushing through exhaustion, and believing rest is laziness. But true strength grows from restoration. A good night's sleep repairs the heart and calms the nervous system. Even short moments of rest during the day, sitting in silence, closing your eyes, or simply breathing deeply, allow your body to reset. The more you respect rest, the more energy you gain to do the things you love. Gentle habits also include caring for your mental health. A calm mind supports a strong body. Spending time outdoors, practicing gratitude, talking kindly to yourself, and staying connected to loved ones strengthen the immune system just as much as any vitamin. Laughter, conversation, and purpose nourish you from within. Lasting health doesn't come from doing everything perfectly, but from doing small things consistently with care. Gentle habits protect you from illness, renew your spirit, and remind you that growing older can be filled with lightness and strength when you treat your body like a lifelong friend, rather than a machine to control. Nourish your body with kindness. The way we treat our body often reflects how we feel about ourselves, and for many years people take their health for granted, eating in a hurry, skipping meals, or choosing convenience over care. But as time passes, we begin to realize that the body remembers everything we do to it. Every meal, every habit, every sleepless night leaves its mark. When you reach a stage in life where you want to feel light, energetic, and balanced, the answer is rarely found in complicated diets or strict rules. It begins with kindness, gentle choices that support rather than punish your body. Eating with kindness means feeding your body what it truly needs, not just what your mind craves. Fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and clean water are nature's medicine. They give your body strength, clarity, and energy without the heaviness that processed foods bring. Instead of eating until you are full, eat until you are satisfied. Instead of choosing food out of habit, choose it with intention. Every bite becomes an act of care, every meal a quiet conversation between you and your health. When you eat slowly and gratefully, digestion improves, and the body absorbs more than nutrients. It absorbs peace. The timing of your meals also matters. Late-night eating often leaves the body restless, forcing it to work while it should be healing. Finishing dinner early allows your system to rest, your sleep to deepen, and your mornings to start fresh. Hydration, too, is a simple but powerful act of self-love. Water keeps your organs alive, your mind clear, and your joints moving smoothly. Many people mistake thirst for hunger, leading to fatigue and discomfort. A few glasses of water spread throughout the day can quietly transform your health. Kind nourishment also means enjoying what you eat. Food is not just fuel. It's joy, tradition, and connection. Share meals with loved ones, cook something from scratch, and appreciate the colors and flavors that nature offers. Avoid the guilt that often comes with food. Instead, practice balance. A small treat now and then doesn't harm you when it's wrapped in mindfulness. What hurts is excess, not enjoyment. When you free yourself from the cycle of restriction and indulgence, your body finds its natural rhythm again. Beyond food, kindness extends to your daily habits. Move your body gently after meals instead of lying down immediately. Spend a few minutes in the sun to let your skin absorb natural warmth and vitamin D. Keep your posture upright. Take deep breaths and smile more often. These are all forms of nourishment that cost nothing yet give everything. The body responds beautifully to gentleness. When you nourish your body with kindness, you also feed your spirit. You begin to feel lighter, calmer, and more connected to life. Every healthy choice becomes a message to yourself that you deserve care, patience, and love. The body that has carried you through all seasons of life deserves tenderness now more than ever. And when you honor it with kindness, it rewards you with strength, peace, and vitality that no medicine can replace. A youthful spirit matters more than a young body. Many people spend their lives trying to look young, using creams, chasing trends, or worrying about every wrinkle that appears on their face. But real youth doesn't live in the skin. It lives in the heart. It is in the sparkle of curiosity, the warmth of gratitude, and the strength of joy that refuses to fade with time. A person with a youthful spirit can make any room brighter, no matter how old they are, because they carry an energy that comes from within, not from how they look. Growing older is a part of nature, but growing dull inside is a choice. When you nurture your thoughts with positivity and fill your heart with purpose, you remain young in ways no calendar can measure. A youthful spirit begins with the way you think. If you wake up every morning believing that your best days are behind you, your body listens and slows down. But when you wake up with excitement for small things, a walk in the fresh air, a conversation with a friend, a new hobby, your mind sends life back into your body. Your thoughts shape your energy. Optimism, hope, and curiosity keep your brain active and your heart light. Age may add years to your life, but positivity adds life to your years. Gratitude plays a major role in keeping your spirit young. When you focus on what's missing, your energy drains. But when you start seeing what you have in your health, your memories, your loved ones, even your ability to breathe freely, you begin to glow from within. Gratitude softens your worries, heals your heart, and makes each moment feel rich. No cream can create that glow. It's a light that comes from peace. Forgiveness also keeps you youthful. Carrying anger and regret is like holding heavy stones inside you. They age your spirit far more than any physical wrinkle ever could. Letting go of old pain doesn't mean forgetting what happened. It means freeing yourself from its weight. The moment you release resentment, your body relaxes, your sleep improves, and your smile becomes genuine again. Forgiveness is not weakness, it's renewal. Connection with others also keeps your spirit alive. Laughter shared with friends, listening to stories, and spending time with family remind you that life is meant to be lived together, not alone. Even a brief chat with a neighbor or a kind gesture to a stranger fills your heart with warmth. Human connection is a timeless form of youthfulness. It reminds you that you still matter, that you still belong, and that you still have something to give. A youthful spirit thrives in curiosity. Learn something new every day, even something small. Read, write, paint, or sing. Let yourself be surprised again. When you stay curious, you tell life that you're still participating, still growing, still dreaming. And as long as you keep dreaming, your heart stays young. True youth is not in the body that ages, but in the soul that refuses to stop dancing with life. Live simply, love deeply, and count blessings. As the years pass, it becomes clear that the things we once thought were important often matter the least. The race to accumulate more, money, possessions, recognition, slowly loses its shine, and what begins to glow instead are the moments of peace, love, and connection that fill the heart. Living simply is not about giving up everything you enjoy. It's about finding joy in what you already have. It's the art of slowing down enough to truly notice life. The taste of your morning tea, the warmth of sunlight on your hands, the sound of laughter echoing through a room. Simplicity brings calm to a restless mind and creates space for what truly matters. When life becomes simple, love has room to grow. Love is not just about grand gestures. It lives in the quiet acts of care that often go unnoticed, listening without interrupting, offering help without being asked, forgiving without demanding anything in return. As you age, you realize that love is the greatest medicine for the human soul. It heals what pain cannot, it softens what time hardens, and it fills the spaces that loneliness once occupied. Love deeply, not because life is perfect, but because love itself makes life worth living. The more you give it, the more it returns to you, often in unexpected ways. Counting blessings is a simple but powerful habit that transforms how you see the world. When you focus on what you have instead of what you lack, every day begins to feel like a gift. Waking up with a clear mind, being able to move, breathe, and smile are blessings often overlooked until they are gone. Gratitude turns ordinary days into sacred moments. It reminds you that happiness is not hidden in something distant but present in what you already hold. Keeping a grateful heart strengthens your immune system, calms your mind, and helps you recover faster from challenges because you learn to see light even when things seem dark. A simple and grateful life also frees you from the weight of comparison. When you stop measuring your happiness against others, peace naturally finds you. You realize that your journey is your own, and it doesn't have to look like anyone else's. Every wrinkle, every scar, every experience becomes a mark of a life lived fully, not something to hide. You stop chasing perfection and start celebrating authenticity. You stop wanting more and begin appreciating enough. Living simply, loving deeply, and counting blessings turn aging into a celebration rather than a fear. Each day becomes an opportunity to connect, to give, and to grow. The world feels lighter because your heart is no longer burdened by want or regret. When you choose gratitude over greed and kindness over judgment, you discover that happiness was never something to find. It was something to nurture within yourself all along. As I look back at the journey of life, I've learned that happiness, health, and peace are not things we find at the end. They are choices we make every single day. When we stop chasing and start living, when we move gently and eat with care, when we nurture a youthful spirit and let gratitude guide our hearts, life begins to feel lighter, richer, and more meaningful. Real joy doesn't come from having everything. It comes from appreciating the simple moments that make us feel alive. No matter your age, your story isn't over. It's still being written with every kind thought, every mindful step, and every act of love. So live simply, stay curious, forgive freely, and count your blessings twice. That is where real happiness begins, and that is how it stays.